Hi dear students, this is chapter 3 lesson 9 and we are going to study about parallel and perpendicular lines, and we are going to start firstly parallelism. Here as you see these two lines are parallel, then it says that the slopes should be equal to each other. Why it's like that? You know, these are if they are parallel lines and if the x-axis is the cut by the transversal, like it is transversal, then the angles here, this angle and this one, they should be corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are equal to each other, which means that inclination of both lines is equal to each other. If the inclination is equal to each other and tangents of the inclinations are equal to each other, which means that slopes they are equal to each other. And as you see, this is if and only if case, which means that if the slopes are equal to each other, then the lines are parallel also. Here the first question, it is about two parallel lines, which is AB and CD. The coordinates of AB and CD here they are given, and we are going to find the slope of we are going to find the value of A. Firstly, let me remind about this one. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 it should be, which means that this is the general definition of the slope, but here MAB, which is the slope between A and B, and MCD should be equal to each other because they are parallel. If the lines are parallel, find the value of A. Here in the first part, these two should be like, this is x1 and y1, this is x2 and y2, then this is x1 and y1 in the second part, this is x2 and y2, it has to be. So here MAB, when I say it's going to be equal to y2 minus y1, A and B values we are doing this one, y2 minus y1 is equal to 1 minus 3, then x2 minus x1 is going to be equal to 2a minus a minus 1, it has to be, which is equal to a plus 3 y2 minus y1, this should be y1, I'm sorry, y1, and y2 minus y1, which is a plus 3 minus a divided by 4 minus x2 minus x1, it's going to be, which is 4 minus 3. So if I solve this part first, this is going to be equal to minus 2 divided by 2a minus a, and here 2a minus a plus 1 it has to be, because this minus sign should be distributed, and the upper part here, this is going to be a and a, you are going to simplify, which means that here these two, let me use this one here, they are going to simplify each other, which means that we have upper part 3 and down it's going to be equal to 1. Then if we cross multiply here, maybe before cross multiplication, let me complete this part. 2a minus a is equal to a plus 1 is equal to 3 over 1. If we crossly multiply them, it's going to be like 3 times a plus 1. It should be equal to minus 2 times 1, which is 3a plus 3 is equal to minus 2. 3a is equal to minus 2 minus 3, and 3a is equal to minus 5, and a is equal to minus 5 over 3 it has to be. If we continue with the next question here, the points 5 minus 6, b 3, 2, and c is a5, a and 5, and d is minus 2 and a plus 2 are given. AB is parallel to CD, which means that again I'm going to apply the same rule. MAB, it should be equal to MCD, which is 2 minus 6 divided by 3 minus 5 is going to be equal to a plus 1 minus 5, a plus 1 minus 5 divided by minus 2 minus a, it's going to be minus 2 minus a, it should be, and 2 minus minus 6 is going to be equal to 2 plus 6 divided by minus 2 is equal to a plus 1 minus 5, it's going to be equal to a minus a minus 4 divided by minus 2 minus a, it's going to be. So this part, it's going to be equal to 8. So let me write a here, 8 here, not a. Then if we crossly multiply, it's going to be like this. 8 times minus 2 minus a, it should be equal to minus 2 times a minus 4. And this is going to be equal to minus 16 minus 8a. Minus 8a is equal to minus 2a plus 8. And if we switch their places, I mean unknown terms, to one side, minus 2 minus 8a plus 2a is equal to 8 plus 16. It's going to be minus 6a is equal to 24, and a is equal to 24 over minus 6, which is equal to minus 4. It's going to be. Okay, now we are going to continue with the condition of perpendicularity. And here it is written, if the two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slopes, it should be equal to minus 1. And vice versa here, if the product of two lines are minus 1, slopes of the lines are minus 1, then these two lines should be perpendicular to each other. And here the question is asking to find the Pythagorean theorem between the in the triangle ABCD. Pythagorean, without using the Pythagorean theorem, without using the Pythagorean theorem, find this triangle is right triangle. How to find that one? Firstly, we should know this one. If two sides are perpendicular to each other, let's say MAB, if it is MAB is perpendicular to CB, it means that their product, it should be equal to minus 1. So I'm going to find the product, I'm going to find the slope of all of them, then I'm going to multiply by each other. And if I see that the product is equal to minus 1, it means that the lines are perpendicular, or the sides are perpendicular to each other. Okay, for the AB, it's going to, I'm going to write the sides, the coordinates 3, 4, and minus 2, minus 1. So the slope of AB is equal to y2 minus 1 minus 4 divided by minus 2 minus 3, which is equal to minus 5 over minus 5. And that's going to be equal to minus 5 over minus 5. Then it's going to be equal to 1. It has to be minus 5 over minus 5 if it should be equal to 1. Now the second coordinate, it should be, let's say, AC. And I'm going to choose the points A and C. This is 3 and 4, and here this is going to be equal to 4 and 1, which means that y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 over x2 minus x1 formula if I apply, which is equal to 1 minus 4 divided by 4 minus 1, it's going to be, which is minus 3 over 1. That's going to be equal to minus 3. And this is the last one. Now C, B and C, which is, because A, B I found, B, slope of B and C, I'm writing the sides B and C, minus 2, minus 1, and 4 and 1 it has to be. Then y2 minus y1 is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 2 it has to be, which means that this is 1 plus 1 over 4 plus 2, which is equal to 2 over 6, and that's equal to 1 over 3 it's going to be. So as you see here, when you multiply 1 and minus 3, or 1 and 3 over 1 and 3 over 2, when you multiply, you are going to see that this is not going to be equal to minus 1. But when we multiply MAC by the MBC, we are going to see that the sides are minus 3 times 1 over 3, which is equal to minus 3 over 3, and that's equal to minus 1. So AC is perpendicular to BC, it's going to be. Okay, this is the last question now. If the points are given perpendicular to each other, find the value of K. MN is perpendicular to NK, which means that if we are looking for MN, slope of MN, which is equal to minus 2 minus 5 minus 5 minus 5 divided by minus 2 minus 5 divided by 3 minus 2k plus 1 it has to be. And here the slope of m and k, it should be equal to n and k here, the values, minus 3 minus 1, minus 3 minus 2, minus 3 minus 2 divided by minus 1 minus 3 it has to be. So if they are perpendicular to each other, the result, product result, it should be equal to minus 1. But first let me do this operation. Minus 2 plus 5 divided by 3 minus 2k minus 1 times minus 3 plus 2 divided by minus 4, it should be equal to minus 1. Let's see this part. This is equal to 3 divided by 3 minus 1, it's equal to 2, so 2 minus 2k times minus 3 plus 2, it's equal to minus 1 divided by minus 4, it has to be, it's equal to minus 1. Actually, since these two rational number and these are both negative, that's why we are going to divide negative by negative. The result is going to be positive. So this part, it's going to be equal to 3 divided by 4 times 2 minus 2k. It should be, which is equal to minus 1. Then 3 is equal to 8k. Actually, I'm going to multiply like this. 4 times 2 minus 2k is times minus 1 it has to be, which means that 3 is equal to here minus 4 times 2 minus 2k. Then it's going to be equal to 3 is equal to minus 8 minus 4 times minus 2, it's equal to plus 8k. And if we leave the 8k on this side, it's going to be 3 plus 8, it's equal to 8k it has to be. 11 is equal to 8k it should be. Then here 11 over 8 it has to be equal to k. And this is the end of our lesson.